dying.
It's holding back tears, and I am
So fucking sick of it. Oh my god.
That's disgusting.
What do you mean by that? $1,000 for a Q-tip?
Everything's increasing in price.
Dead serious right now? Like, are we dead ass?
The healthcare is way too expensive in this country.
Childcare and food and gas and everything and electricity, everything is so expensive right now.
It's just bill. Buying power has gone down dramatically.
Really work 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and what, get $55?
Why is it halfway full?
And spits a huge loop.
Guy comes up, starts banging on my hood
Without worrying about being shot.
Very obvious how much worse it is now that I've gotten out.
And not signaling any plans to boost wages for low-income workers.
Greatest country in the world, my ass.
お前らこんにちは。海外の反応を届けるゴリラ通信だ。世界のトップを走り続けてきた国、夢と成功の象徴だったアメリカンドリーム。その足元で今ちょっとシャレにならない異変が起きてるらしい。ってなわけで今回は少し毛色を変えてアメリカのリアルについてお届けしようと思うぜ。働いても生活できない。保険に入ってても病院に行けない。気づけば借金が雪だるま式に膨れ上がる。そんな積みゲーみたいな状況に多くのアメリカ人が追い込まれてるようだ。年収800万でも余裕なし、週60時間働いても赤字。次の給料日まで残金20ドルなんて声も珍しくないらしい。 SNS ではもう限界、生きるのがコスト高すぎるって不満が爆発してるようだ。かつて夢の国と呼ばれた場所が今や耐久サバイバル国家になりつつある。そんでこれと多い国の話に見えて意外とそうでもないんだよな。日本と経済的にも文化的にもつながりが深い国、そのアメリカで起きてる変化はゆっくりとでも確実に日本に影響してくる可能性がある。一体何が起きているのか。今回はアメリカのリアルな崩壊感に対する海外ネキアニキたちの本音を覗いてみよう。それじゃあ行くぜ。
A new study says Washington State is the fifth most expensive place to
まずはアメリカ物価高すぎ問題についてだ。
make the numbers work. If you've been to the gas pump or the grocery store recently, you know it firsthand.
This economy is so bad. $33 for toilet paper? We can't even afford to shit.
Like, are we dead serious right now? Like, are we dead ass? Is this real life?
A regular Coke 3 for $20.97. Like actual soda, $21.
$13.99? $14? For what, a gallon of orange juice? Y'all must be out of y'all.
For 2 pounds of lunch meat, $23. How the hell we supposed to feed our kids on this crap?
American grocery prices are outrageous, but you want to know the cherry on top? I just went grocery shopping. Open this bag of chips. I have not touched it. Why is it halfway full?
ステルス値上げってやつだな。ワイも好物の薄皮粒あんパンが5個入りから4個入りになった時、衝撃を受けたわ。
Save because childcare and food and gas and everything and electricity, everything is so expensive right now. Being able to afford a home and be a homeowner and like start a family and do all of that and have your own space is so important. It's a part of the American dream and it's quickly becoming a thing of the past. It's
まずアメリカの物価がなんで下がらないのか。結論から言うと一時的な問題じゃなくなったってことっぽいな。前はコロナの影響で物が足りないとかそういう話だった。でも今は違う。まず一つ目は関税だ。海外から仕入れる商品にかかるコストが上がってそれがそのまま商品の値段に乗っかってる。さらに食料とエネルギー、牛肉とかガス代みたいな生活に直結する部分がまた値上がりし始めてる。つまり今のアメリカは下がる理由がほとんどない物価になってるってことらしい。
Full-time employed person living in Florida and not being able
お次は賃金、つまりアメリカ稼いでも足りない問題について見てみよう。
trying to find a, more affordable place to live because I can't afford fucking $1,300 a month in rent and then fucking a $650 car note and then $300 in fucking insurance and then you got utilities and it's just it's either I eat or I pay my bills and then even then it's like okay well which bill's gonna be fucking late this month and I'm so fucking sick of it.
Right now, the federal minimum wage is still $7.25 an hour. It's been that way since July 24th, 2009. To keep up with inflation, the $7.25 people were making in July 2009 would need to be more like $10.70 today. The Trump administration not signaling any plans to boost wages for low-income workers.
The fact that you can legally get paid $7.25 an hour in many parts of this country is absolutely criminal. Imagine you work like a 10-hour shift. That's $72.50. And that's a pre-tax total. What do you get after taxes? 50 to 60 bucks? You can literally work 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and what, get $55? That's in-
働けど我が暮らし楽にならざりってやつだな。これじゃ心もすり減るよな。
The job I just interviewed for at the end told me they pay $45K. The way I was holding back tears, and I am right now. Data analyst role located in New York City requires several years of experience. And I know something is better than nothing, don't get me wrong, but the salaries I have been seeing for certain jobs, I am shocked with how low they've gotten.
I live and work in Spain, making roughly 1,000 euros a month, which in America is nothing, but in Spain is more than enough to live. Madrid is like the New York of Spain, except if you were living in the city center of New York, you'd have to be making literally at least $5,000 a month, and that's extremely lowballing. It's just crazy to me because, like, you've been told growing up your whole life that America is the best country in the world. That's just so far from the truth. And it's, like, very obvious how much worse it is now that I've gotten out.
I haven't noticed the American dream is pretty much dead in America, and it's because wages have not kept up with inflation. Good, but when you look at the inflated costs of everything in the past 13 years, it's really bad. The buying power has gone down dramatically. Housing is just one example. If you want to buy a house, this is $1.3 million today. 10 years ago, this house was valued at $670,000, so it has doubled in 10 years. Wages have not doubled.
This is not an exaggeration. Every $500 that I make, I spend $2,000. Like every large sum of money that I make, I spend double that, if not even more. And it's not because I want to be. It's because everything just is like, it's just bill. Everything's more expensive, but the quality of everything's going.
How does that make sense? I am so tired. I am so
次はアメリカ医療費高すぎ問題について見てみよう。まず前提として、アメリカの医療費は世界トップクラスで高い。しかもそれがずっと改善されてないようだ。
You know why so many Americans are living paycheck to paycheck today? It's not overspending. It's health insurance and taxes. Family makes $85,000 a year, which is the median household income. In the eyes of their employer, their total compensation is $114,000. Family gets to take home $63,000, which is a little over 55% of their income. $114,000, they get to take home $63,000. And potential deduction after $27,000 of healthcare. $27,000 of healthcare, $16,000 in taxes. That's why people are paycheck to paycheck. The healthcare is way too expensive in this country.
My husband and I received a medical bill in the mail. Need y'all to help me get there. Let me explain what this is for. My 5-month-old daughter had a fever last month. We bring her to the doctor like any responsible parent would. They do a nose swab to test for the flu, COVID, all those things because it's cold and flu season. Good decision, right? They send it off. She's good. She's gotten out of it. The fever goes away in a few days. Great. Do I expect to receive this bill? No. I Google it because I'm curious, you know, how much this might cost us. Google says that the max amount in most situations that you'll pay for something like this is about $300. I was like, whoa, that's a lot of money. $300, that's a lot, but hey, you know, it's worth it. That's our baby. Of course, we'll pay for that. No big deal. And maybe our insurance will cover a bit of that. So maybe it'll only come out to like $100. You know, we pay for insurance. Maybe they'll do something. Get this bill in the mail yesterday, and when we open it, to our surprise, not $100, not even $300. Assume a cotton swab up the nose would cost. Take a guess. Your guess was $984. Hey, what the fuck is going on? What do you mean by that? $1,000 for a Q-tip up a nostril? What?
The American healthcare system needs to get the fuck out of here, okay? This is crazy. I just asked for an itemized bill of earlier this month where I was dying and I needed to be hospitalized for 3 days. Bitch, the total of that 3-day service was $83,334.33. For what? For what? Oh my God. And I'm wondering if I get a degree with this service or walking down an aisle for surviving. You must be out your mind.
New this morning, Americans getting their first look at how much they will have to pay for health care coverage under Obamacare next year. For many, it could cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars more.
22 million Americans expected to be impacted by this lapse in subsidies. What will this mean for them? Well, you know, Ariel, sticker shock is real for millions of Americans across the country right now. Young people are going to really feel the effects of this. And this is really gets really interesting. Without those enhanced tax credits, about 4.8 million more people will actually drop their coverage in 2026. That's an increase in the uninsured population of about
チナ・オバマケアってのは正式には医療保険改革で保険に入れない人を減らすために作られた制度だ。アメリカは日本と違って全員が入る公的な保険が存在しないんだよな。基本は民間保険に自分で入るしかない。そこで国が補助金を出して高い保険料を少しだけ安くしたのがオバマケアってわけだ。ただしこれずっと続く制度じゃない。補助金はもともと期限付きで今その支えが切れ始めてる。その結果保険料が一気に元の高さに戻り払えない人が増え始めてるようだ。
I'm actually gonna try and get through this without throwing up. I just went to go renew my healthcare, and as we know, there's been some changes with the healthcare system. For context, I've been self-employed for the past year. I get my healthcare, oh my god, my voice is like shaking. I get my healthcare through the New York State marketplace. I get the catastrophic plan, meaning like the lowest plan, meaning if I want to go and get my eyes checked, I have to pay out of pocket, but I just want insurance in case I get hit by a bus, okay? I got that through Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield last year and paid $330 a month for nothing, for bare bones. $805 monthly. $805 monthly for a catastrophic insurance plan. They no longer offer the catastrophic level. They now call it bronze. $805. That's disgusting.
So how much does it cost to go to the emergency room in the greatest country in the world? Now for context, I went to the emergency room because I was feeling extremely bad and they told me that nothing was wrong. But just to clarify, I got zero help. They did run blood work. I didn't have insurance. That little trip would have cost me $6,159.88. But like I said, you have pretty good insurance and you've already met your deductible for the year. So you probably barely paid anything, right? Nope. Somehow, your total is still $542.36 to be sent home. And if you thought that was it, you would be wrong. Because you also have to pay the doctor. Yes, that's right. Nowadays, you get two bills. One bill to pay the hospital and another bill to pay the doctor because God forbid they all work together. In your second bill, you learn that you also owe the doctor before insurance, $1,286, after insurance, $51.41. In total, you are on the hook for, I'm trying to do this math in my head, $593.77. Nearly $600 to be given no help and sent away. And this is with your good fancy insurance. God forbid you have anything worse or are uninsured. Greatest country in the world, my ass.
I got a letter recently that my property taxes are going to go up $600 a year from now on. I got a letter that my homeowner's insurance is going up $60 a month. My propane company sent me a letter that my propane is going to double this year. They just came and filled up my tank. It was $1,000. That's crazy. Owner, I get my health insurance through the marketplace. So you have the Affordable Care Act. I pay $45 a month. They just informed me that if this bill passes and I lose my tax credit, I'm going to go from $45 a month to $660 a month. Really new, but new to me. Groceries are insane, and it feels like every day I get a new email from another subscription that I have, whether it's Netflix, my website subscription, everything's increasing in price. And I sit pretty much every day stressed about money.
Is the crime rate at its lowest point?
最後はアメリカ治安悪すぎ問題についてだ。実は凶悪犯罪自体はピークより減ってるようだ。でも体感ではむしろ悪化してるらしい。理由はシンプルで、人通りの減少による都市の空洞化、SNS で拡散される派手な窃盗、そして薬物問題の深刻化、さらに警察の人手不足も重なって軽犯罪が野放しになりやすい。つまり今のアメリカは数字よりも現場の空気が悪い状態っぽいぜ。
Century. That's why the truth meter rates this claim only half true.
This video is for girls that live in New York and ride the subway. 2 weeks ago, I was involved in a subway incident. I walked on the train. I sit down. I'm looking at my phone. There's a person to my left and a girl diagonal from me. Out of my peripheral vision, I see feet Immediately, I'm like, this is weird. I'm too scared to look up. You're like, there's someone crazy, you don't look them in the eye. And this man spits a huge loogie and it lands right on my chest. And I'm like, I'm not gonna move. He does it again. I jump up, run to the other side of the train. He follows me and he starts screaming in my face, why are you fucking scared of me? We get to Brooklyn Bridge. I run off. He almost did. At this point, I ran over to a guy that was standing by himself. So, can you help? And now we're dancing around this man. The guy was just like, I'm not getting involved. Eventually, the 6th train pulled up, ran all the way to the end, didn't see the man again. Kind of like, what just happened? I learned 2 things. 1, nobody's going to help you. Number 2, be prepared with some form of self-defense because our city is unsafe.
So at the time that I'm making this, we just had 4 mass shootings in the US in 24 hours with many casualties. Do you know what it feels like not to feel safe going to a store, going to the mall, going to the movies, going to school without worrying about being shot?
I parked over there on that side of the building, and this guy comes up, starts banging on my hood. And y'all know me, I carry, so I set it right here, and he like darts across the corner, like literally across this corner, walking this way. And so, as one should, I wait for my friend to get here because we're still going inside. That's not anything unusual. So we go inside. He's literally working behind the counter. It was an employee of Marshall's.
1 year. It's not even close. In 2024, there were over 300,000 cases of missing kids in the USA. In the same year, only 2,500 children were reported missing in Mexico. The USA averages 500 to 600 mass shootings a year. That's 2 to 3 mass shootings a day, while Mexico only averages 30 to 60. Mexico does have problems and it does have crime, but 80% of the crimes in Mexico involve gang-on-gang violence, whereas the violence in the USA is random and indiscriminate against innocent people. So there you have it, guys. USA is way more dangerous than Mexico, but anyways.
以上がアメリカの現状に対する海外メディアにたちの反応だ。物価が上がり給料は追いつかず医療は高すぎて治安もどこか不安定。一つ一つは別の問題に見えるが全部繋がってるのが今のアメリカなんだよな。普通に生きるってことがどんどん無理ゲーになってるって感じだ。だが日本で生きててもちょっと見覚えがあるところもあったよな。ちなお前らならこの環境でやっていける自信あるか？ワイはかなり自信ない。最後まで見てくれてありがとな。コメントチャンネル登録よろしくな。